Alrighty. Test 1, 2, 3. Can you guys hear me loud and clear? Let me know in the chat. Just drop a 111 or something. Good morning. How are we doing? Yes, okay, amazing. Great. Good. Let's see what we can do for this week. Normally everything is ready. Let me check a few things first. Okay. That's good. All right. Should be good. You just fix something. Okay, it's good. All right, good. So first of all, let's start with the price reps from last week. All right, we did have some interesting price reps. We had a few. We had like 2, 4, 6, 7, something like that. Let me check on my chat box from last week. 2, 4, 6, yeah, 7. So 7 price reps last week. Let's see what the market has done, and let's check if we had some opportunities, yes or no. All right. So first of all, I had 80 Canadian. We had this downtrending movement. I wanted to follow up that downtrending movement, of course, just following the lower lows and the lower highs. And that's basically what we always do with price trap. We find ourselves structure in a trending market, and then we try to follow that trend by breakout and retest. So right over here, you have seen, let me just show you, we have the highs, the lower lows, and so on and so forth. And that's exactly what I was searching for. But here with 80 Canadian, like you can see, we bounced off of a reversal zone. Usually, if you want to find these kind of zones, you can simply open up the daily time frame, and you can just check like where are we in the markets. All right. And like you can see, we have a massive support zone on the daily time frame, which shows us that there is a high probability that the market will turn around from that point on. Okay, so this was a thing I didn't notice, I didn't see on the last session. This is also a thing I'm not using for a long time, but I'm backtesting some things to make price trap even more accurate in the future. Right. Good. So if we take a look at 80 Canadian, the market came back for the retest. I was looking at this zone. I always leave everything in place like it was last week, so we can honestly review what exactly happened. And like you can see, the market came back for the retest in this zone with a massive engulfing candle on the 1-hour time frame. The 30-minute time frame did almost exactly the same thing. We had this small engulfing and then the tweezer top. And then the 15-minute time frame, if we take a look, we have a beautiful evening star. All right. Market didn't really trigger after this evening star. And the market also did not take off. So if you found yourself an entry right over here, you would see that it was like around a 10 pip stop. The market went for 15 pips, around 15 pips in profit, and then turned around to attack the highs. Okay. What's the beauty about price trap? Is if one direction didn't work, we can always watch the different directions, so the opposite direction. And that's basically what we have seen here. If you use the right structure points, you see that the market was creating these lower highs, like I said. And with this push up, with this extension up, we see that there's a lot of structure being broken. So we could expect the market to do something like this. Okay, it went way deeper than expected, to be honest. We took out the lows here and then started turning around. But this was the first sign, if you really understand market structure, that the market was preparing himself to turn around. Okay, and that's exactly what we have seen. So how could you possibly react on that? If you see this extension to the upside, you know, oh, maybe we are turning around. We wait for some structure, we wait for some new price trap highs and lows. So for example, in between this here, we have a lot of lows, highs, highs here also, and then we had the breakout retest to take off. This is basically how I would approach some kind of price shows that are looking like this. Okay, good. Let me check, because I see that there are charts sending out in the chat box. By the way, this is very important. Don't miss the deal of the year. Get up to 80% off plus 1 free month on TradingView. If I'm not mistaken, it's still Friday. Yeah, I think Friday. That there's a lot of discount on the TradingView packages. Let me show you pretty quick so you do not miss out. 3 days left. Okay, so 3 days in and 17 minutes. So this means Thursday, Friday, Saturday morning, 9 a.m. It's done. All right. So make sure you take profit or take advantage, not profit, but take advantage of these massive sales. All right. So normally I think explore the offers. Let me check. Me personally, I have the premium one because it's basically the same as the plus. You see, it's only €1 difference, and you get way more. All right, so it's a massive discount. Normally, you pay like $60 a month. Now it's only $70 or euros. Excuse me. You save 500 euros a year. Okay, so this is a massive deal. Also, the ultimate, of course, but yeah, in my opinion, the premium is more than enough to get through. Okay, good. So let me check. What did you send out here? Oof, I love this one. Nice zone here. I love that. A lot of touches also. I really like the way you looked at this. This is Euro Canadian. Ah, you closed out. Yeah, I would personally do not really close out this one. Euro Canadian. Let me check. It was this one here, I see. Yeah. Um, Everything was in place. Market was also holding your level, which is beautiful. What you could do, of course, like you guys know, before I go further on this, I'm not here to give you any financial advice. I'm just here to share my knowledge so you can use this knowledge in your own trading journey. Okay. What I would personally do and always do is like if my stop loss is just below these lows, I would just move it for like 50 pips, around 50 pips where price is from. All right. So this would be around this area just to make sure the spread does not kick me out. And then the moment we are at 12 midnight, like 5 minutes after 12, because at midnight itself, you won't be able to change that. You can just change it back. Okay. So I think it's not necessarily emotional, but maybe you haven't done this a lot, right? Which makes you uncomfortable, knowing the fact that you're maybe tripling your stop loss. Okay, but just know in spread hours, this is usually what I'm doing, especially if the market looks like this, if it's holding and showing us that the support is beautifully rejecting with these morning stars, with these engulfing candles. You could definitely hold on to that. Okay, good. Um, UJ. UJ was a stop. Ooh, UJ, I was looking for sells. I do understand. The problem is that sometimes the market gaps, and it was close to my stop loss, and I didn't want to close up with -2%. I 100% get you there. I get your point, because sometimes the market there or likes to open with gaps, especially in periods where we see that the market is um, yeah, doing some strange stuff. Like if there's a lot going on in the world, you can expect some gaps, but with spread hour it's okay. Just go back in time, watch through the charts how the spread hour is going every single day, and you will see it doesn't happen a lot of times that the market opens with a gap with spread hour. All right, it only happens like a few times, and if it happens, usually, I'm not gonna say it's always like that, but a lot of times you will see that the gap from spread hour will be filled up immediately. So if it gaps in the opposite direction of your idea, you can know that the market will turn back to that. And otherwise, yeah, indeed, like you can see, like you say, you will close up with a -2%. Okay, good. Let's talk about ADUSD. What was the time we were on the session, around this period. All right. So the market broke out Wednesday evening, came back for the retest Thursday night. The first zone, it reacted. I will show you. I will show you in a moment, or maybe I will start with that. Otherwise, I know myself, I'm gonna forget it. Um, so you were looking for buys here. Well, if we take a look, just analyze what the market has done. Just 1 hour time frame. What I was looking for is the market was like having a massive extension to the upside, right? And in that massive extension, I want to find myself structure. I want to find myself a low and I want to find myself a high. This is the most recent low and high. This was the breakout retest that I've given out even. Let me check before I'm lying here. Normally I gave this one on one of my sessions. Here we go, UJ. Let me check. There we go. This was the price trap that I was focused on. You see, this is November 21st. So you see, 5 days ago. 5 days ago, I trapped it like this because this was, in my opinion, the high, the low and the high that were the most recent where we could react on. This here, in my opinion, was not really what I would be looking for. I would be following up what the market is showing me right now. So, for example, yes, indeed. That's exactly what I just wanted to say. So we have this one here now. Let me change this. There we go. So this was the price trap. Market breaks out, comes back for the retest, reacts beautifully, and starts dropping again. What do we see? The market creates what? A new low. So what we can do right now is look for another retest. Search yourself a strong zone. Like, in my opinion, I think this would be the zone around that area. Yes, exactly. So I would be looking for sells around 156.62. But this could be the next retest. All right, this is how I would follow up. Like starting to trap this here, I do understand it, right? You do have like multiple touches of this high. The low is a little less, but here we have two, three touches, three touches. So I do understand it, but always remember that you will first want to follow your most recent price trap here before you start. Otherwise, you can even do it like this right now. You can say like, oh, but we have a resistance here and a support here. So can we not look for a breakout retest to the upside? It can definitely work, definitely, but look at this trending structure for the last couple of days. All right, this is the last 2 weeks almost. All right, 5 days, something like that. 20, 21, 26. So 5 days. The last 5 days, the market is following the downtrending structure. Okay. So that's how I use and how I follow up my pairs. I hope that's a little clear there. Good, but let's go and go over ADUSD so I also have time enough to make some new price traps. The very first zone I was interested in was around this area here, maybe a little lower, something like that, for the retest to the downside. If we see that first one, the market was pretty bullish. We did not create an engulfing on the 1 hour. The 30-minute time frame was doing exactly the same thing, not really showing us what we need to, or we wanted to see. The 15 did show us some price action here, but then we got that spike above these highs here, like this. And if we then go to that 1 hour time frame, we see that we did have some interesting zones still in between this little imbalance box here. This one here, you see? So this was the next area of opportunities, because I've said it a lot of times. If your first area does not get respected, always check your second one, as long as we keep respecting the market structure. Okay, so here again, this is the most recent downtrending move. So we want to follow that downtrending move. We find our first zone. I personally did not like this one here, but then you see the market rejecting, engulfing, 30-minute time frame, creating an evening star, 15-minute time frame. Beautiful rejection, there's one thing. This is also a beautiful evening star, but I think there's one thing here. The market did not trigger our fib level. Nope, it didn't. So probably just leaving without us. Yes, exactly. So it never really came back to give us the opportunity to sell this one. All right. But it was beautifully respected, and this is something I really like to see. Same thing. Why do we see such a strong push to the upside right now? Look at that daily. We are at a massive level. Yeah, I'm mixing a little bit to be honest. So the FIP levels, like you have seen, like I'm doing them on the price action candles. I am following I'm following that up together with like a 5 minute time frame, and of course my supply and demand zones. Okay, here for CHF JPY we broke out to the downside. I think it was like it was already broken when we were on the session. It was coming back for a retest even. Right over here we had beautiful price action, and then the market just shooted higher. So here this was basically just a stop loss. I cannot say a lot about this one. So engulfing on 1 hour, engulfing on 30. Let me check here. The 15 was even engulfing, but it just did not respect. Okay. So if you then go to the 5 minute time frame, that's what I'm looking for a lot of times. If I get my price action, I also want to see breakout of structure. All right. This was kind of a breakout because of the lows here. But like you can see, if I'm looking back at it right now, the 5 minute was just uptrending like crazy. The moment we start breaking structure, look at that. Higher low, higher highs, higher highs, higher lows. Oh, break of structure, and then the market starts dropping. Okay. So this is how I personally add the 5 minute to my price traps. Good. Let's move on. Euro USD. Yeah, that was a live one. I remember this one. I gave this one live on the session, right? Look at that. Market came back beautifully, triggering our entry, and then boom, went for, I think, a potential of 90 pips. Yeah, there we go. 95 pips, 96 pips. It was a long time ago. I was able to give you guys an idea live or an example live on session. So I was so happy to see this happening. We analyzed this together. So if you want to know how I reacted, go to the recording from last week. There we did it live. Okay, so I'm also not going to review it right now. G-Chef did not retest, broke out, but never came back for the retest. But if you followed this up, you were definitely able to catch some breakout retest. This one breakout retest. This one also breakout retest. And this one right now is coming back. So you could definitely follow this up. The retest from last week didn't happen, but further in that trend, you had multiple opportunities. Then we had GJ. GJ gave us the retest Wednesday afternoon. Some rejection on the 1 hour. If we go to the 30, we also see some rejection. And then the 15, right over here, we got this morning star. All right. So there was some possibility to react to it. It wasn't the most clean price trap. Gotta be honest in that. 25 pip stop was definitely a good one with a potential around 200 pips in profit. All right, a beautiful run to the upside. We were already running these buys. If you can remember what I said about GJ, remember that we had this first breakout retest, then we had this one, and then we have this one. So these are three entries in this uptrending movement. Oh, I already have the arrow. So a lot of opportunities here for GJ. But I told you guys, like, be aware. We are at some daily levels there, so there is a possibility that the market will start turning around from these areas. All right, so I would be looking for reversals at this point, but we shall see. Okay, there we go. NZT also a live example from the session. Beautiful how the market just hit it that take profit. Came back a little lower there. So you did have another opportunity because we broke the highs. We had another opportunity there on NZT to enter again. Okay. So this was also a very good one. If you want to know exactly how I entered, pretty simple. Go to my recording from last week, and I shared this live on the session. Good. Let's check what we have for today. Before I check what we have for today, I'm gonna check the news. So what do we need to pay attention at? First one, 230 and 130, the pound and the USD. Also, the president from the European Central Bank is going to speak at 6. The retail sales from NZD at 10:45, but for the rest, I think this is Thanksgiving, right? Thursday, tomorrow? I'm not sure, but I think it's Thanksgiving or something in the United States. So I think the USD pairs will be very boring tomorrow. The GDP on Canadian on Friday, but for the rest is looking pretty good. Tokyo core CPI is maybe something to be careful for, but that's it. That's it. Next week, some important things. Yeah, USD a little bit. Core CPI. Tuesday, GDP on AUD on at 130 is a very important one to look at next week. And then here we are on the session, of course, CPI on CHF. The ADP, non-farm employment change, front runner of NFP, because we are at the beginning of the month. And that's it a little bit for the news. Okay, so it's looking pretty calm. Good and bad, like I said last week. It's good because we don't have these strange, crazy moves, but also bad because there's a lot less volume in the charts. And sometimes we love the volume because this is what pushes price in our directions. So here we have the first one, AD Canadian, which reacted beautifully on that daily zone here. We are at interesting highs, so we gotta pay attention there. We are creating these lower highs for a long time, so we gotta be aware of that. But if the market comes back for the retest here, and our take profit stays below this high, I'm fine. I'm fine. Okay. Good. For support, I just want to see how the market reacts on that resistance. So let me just keep it that way. Boom, 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 boom. Let me check. ADNZD, this was a price from yesterday, but it dropped like crazy. We broke out to the downside though, so we do have a direction. Oh, we reacted beautifully on this 4-hour support zone, but still room to the downside. Let me put it on there. So the one from yesterday also. And let's see if we can get a proper retest out of this. The downside direction is confirmed in my opinion because of the massive breakout. AUD USD. I'm gonna leave that one alone. Canadian JPY. Yeah. We are back for a retest to maybe go lower again. No, I'm gonna leave it. I'm not convinced. I don't like it. I'm doubting about CHF JPY. Let's just see. They are retesting at this moment. So pay attention. This could be for every moment. Just know that if we do get above this, you know what the thing is with this price trap? I just don't like the upside. I do like the downside. If we could create some good price action here, I do like this. But this upside move, I'm not convinced because we could definitely just go and retest somewhere around this and then just start dropping again. So that's the thing I have now with this high here. I don't like it. Let's just leave it. Let's just see if the market can react at this point, yes or no. At this moment, we don't have any confirmation, so we gotta pay attention. Good morning, good morning. Nope. Uh, Euro Canadian. You could follow that move. Like we've talked about this in the beginning, the breakout retest. So now we have another breakout and another retest. Let's see if we can follow this one. There we go. Let's give this an orange flag because it does need to go lower. Here we go, Euro CHF. Also, this one is from yesterday also, I think. Let me check. Yes. So here, let's see if we can keep climbing up here. If we can hold this level. These are my support areas. I had Euro USD yesterday also for the breakout retest to the upside, and it followed up beautifully. The retest was very hard to catch. It happened so fast. Yeah. Hmm. Way too fast. Pa, 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 pa. The NZD news really kicked in this night. Also, pound, we did have a good push. Because of that push, we don't have a lot of structure that we can work with. It will come, that structure. So a lot of times you will see something like this happen, and then you simply wait for the breakout retest, or of course the breakout retest to the upside. That's basically what I would be looking for. Oh, I only have 10 minutes left. That's not good. That's not good. What do we have more? UCAT. I trapped this one yesterday. Let's see. We do want to pay attention that the market is back at some very strong levels. We can go a little lower. I don't want to see it going lower, so I don't want to see it doing this and then this. No, I want to see it doing this. All right. If it does this first option, I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna react on it. So that's you cat, you chef. Huh. Yeah, same, a little bit the same. Like, this is a hard one. I do believe, or I do see the downside potential, but we did react on some good demand zones there. Excuse me. There we go. So maybe get the market a little higher to then drop further and attack this low here. Something like that. UJ, we talked about this. I gave this one a long time ago. I gave him right over here for the breakout retest to the downside, so this worked out perfectly. Now I just want to see if we can follow up that downtrending movement. I can give this a blue flag because it's retesting. Oof, gold reacted beautifully. I wanted to see gold a little lower, to be honest, to buy it. Gold here. It just didn't come there, sadly enough. We did break our retest now, but I'm gonna leave it. I don't wanna FOMO myself. in certain charts. 80 as a D. I did trap this one, but there's there's a higher chance that I will be trapping this one again when we have better structure here than waiting for that retest. Just so you know. CHF, JPY, and UJ can be for every moment, so keep an eye out. Gonna check in a few if we maybe have an entry right now. Let me first check if I do not miss out on any price traps. Nope. Okay, that will be it. So UJ, let me check, let me check. 1 hour, we do not have anything. 30-minute, we have a doji. 50-minute, we have an engulfing. So the first candles are printing, but we gotta stay a little patient. At this moment, there's nothing to react on. Nope. This is looking good, to be honest. We are attacking 5-minute structure here. Yeah, the news, we do have a lot of news today. We have some pound and USD at 1:30 and 2:30. Also at 6, we have the European Central Bank president speaking. But these orange flags are pretty much okay. And I I usually if I see like big news events, red flag news events, and I'm looking to react, I'm gonna stay away. But if I'm already in trades, I just leave it. I just let the market do its thing. Maybe put myself risk free, take out some partials or something like that. But I just leave the market or leave my trade alone because we have a very high chance that the market just gives volume and gives us that push that we want to see. All right. So yeah, be careful for news, but don't let it affect your trading too much. Okay. Good. I'm gonna check pretty strong what I've been done here of what I've been looking for last week. Okay, so for the crypto, I've already no problem. If you have any questions, just shoot. If you have any what did I say? I'm a little bit confused, but doesn't matter. Let's just jump into Bitcoin. What we have seen on Bitcoin is, I said it last week, we need to wait for that weekly candle, how the candle will close. In my opinion, the candle close was very positive. I was also looking at the zone for a long time. Remember when I said like we have this liquidity here, and I want to see the market take out this low and this liquidity, and then I will be happy. And that's exactly what happened. Last week it already happened, but now we just spiked a little lower. I gave a zone which was perfect for my other sessions. It was right over here at 82 level, something like that. 82, yeah, 82. There we go. Very strong 4-hour support, and the market just reacted beautifully. Okay, so this is basically a good sign, a good thing to look at or watch. This is the daily supply where I expect the market to come back. And now we just need to focus and see how the market will be reacting on this 4-hour supply. Okay. Let me change this to daily. There we go. So we want to see the market breaking above that supply to create like this trending market to the upside. And then this will be a very important one. If the market does not break that supply, yeah, it's not looking too good to be honest, because then I see the market taking out this low here. Okay. Um, we shall see. I'm more of this side than this side. Ethereum, exactly the same thing. Like you can see, I was waiting for that retest to then go lower into this level, but the market came to that level already without retesting. All right, so this level here is retested beautifully. Now we can just wait for the market to come back to a daily supply zone and wait if the market can break through that or just respect this. But we can already look at the 4-hour also. This is a little bit the same like Bitcoin, of course, and see how the market will react here. How long do I have left? 3 minutes. Maybe I can do this on another session. If you are here for next week, I will take some time for that. Okay. Good. that will be it. I think I'm ready. The dominance of Bitcoin, yeah, it's showing some strength while the dominance of Bitcoin is dropping. Ethereum, excuse me. So here we see some strength. This is something I'm waiting for a long time already, and I still see this happening, by the way. So let's see, let's see. Okay, no problem. I will let me write this down. I'm gonna write this down after the session. Make sure I have a small step-by-step plan. And then you can see it in the recording. Okay? But good, I'm gonna leave it with this. We only have 2 minutes left on the Zoom call, so I'm gonna close off. We do have some interesting price traps like CHF JPY and UJ that you need to pay attention at every single moment from now, to be honest. So please be aware. And then we have other price traps where we are waiting for the retest. Okay, so that's it. We see each other back next week. Of course, we're gonna review every single setup I just showed you here. You can find the setups also in my Discord channel right over there. And yeah, you can take them, you can copy them into your own charts. I want to wish you all a beautiful, beautiful week. We see each other back next week, and yeah, let's see what the market has done in that week. If we had some opportunities, yes or no. Okay. So thank you all for being here. Wish you the best, and see you very soon again. Ciao, ciao.